In today's episode, I talk about something very different. I try and understand how the people of Andhra Pradesh feel about a certain kind of leadership in the state. Let us try to understand whether an Andhra Pradesh voter is intelligent, confused, or naive by the choices they make. Given the example of Chandrababu Naidu, now why would someone need a leader like that? Is it because he publicized a lot about Cyberabad and that led to Hyderabad becoming an investment and IT destination? Or is it because it lifted financial profiles of lakhs of families that did not see an IT job as their future? Or is it because their lifestyles have changed? They have migrated to developed countries and have led to a huge cultural exchange between India and the other countries. Are we not direct beneficiaries of such great vision? Now we all understand that he's a visionary. But what does a visionary like that do to a state? Let's take an example of the Velagapudi Secretariat itself. Now, everyone is aware that it was built at a breakneck speed. The Velagapudi Secretariat, which is also the current government's seat of power, was sold as graphics to people during and before the elections in 2019. So the same people who went to submit grievances to Chandrababu Naidu as the chief minister in the same secretariat also believed that it is really graphics. And those in and around Vijayawada have seen development happening before. So, how come we are blind to that kind of development and still were okay with everything being referred to as graphics? Each of us has our own biases and political affiliations. Either it's because of a caste influence or a religion influence or any other influence within the family or outside of it. Still, how come none of them actually saw that an automobile giant like Kia came to a drought hit region of Rayalaseema and opened its manufacturing facility there? Anyone passing through the Hyderabad Bangalore highway must have noticed how Kia has developed the region. Not only that, but locals too got jobs. Now, is this all graphics? Have the locals not benefited from such an investment? So, what are we complaining about really? Are we not happy that jobs will come to the state? We still do not understand the importance of bringing investments to a state. Or do we not require good educational institutes so that our kids can study within our own state without migrating to other states or countries? Is it not what we want? Here's another example of what vision can do to a state or a country. Now, we all know that Chandrababu was the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh earlier between 1995 to 2004. It was also the time when Vajpayee was India's Prime Minister, often referred to as the golden period for India's growth. Now, during that time, we are aware that IT reforms happened and the policy was introduced then. But do we know that if not for the IT reforms and the policy then, each of us would not be speaking out of a smartphone like this or having a smartphone in our own hands? Is this not development? Let me give you another example of how vision can help us make progress. Now, a drought hit region like Rayalaseema comes with many challenges, and thinking of drought proofing such a region is a huge task for any government or a political leader. Now, that was something that one leader saw, and he thought Polavaram project could solve the problem of drought in Andhra Pradesh in the long term. Now, the same people thought that Polavaram was a bed of corruption. But the same people also saw that progress was being made on the project. How are we being so naive? How are we believing everything that we hear according to our biases? Why are we not trying to see and apply our common sense anywhere? Why do we want to be so close minded? From encouraging digital transactions for pensions and other welfare schemes where beneficiaries actually had money in their bank accounts, to encouraging women to handle their own finances. We saw how rural economies' face was changed through Dwakra groups and other welfare schemes. Now, from that to delivering half of people's pension through volunteers, we see a sea change in the way Andhra Pradesh is currently functioning. What Andhra voters are showing to the country is the more a political party gives them cash, direct cash, the happier they are. If cash is directly handed over to them, are they not going to be bothered about the burden of rising electricity bills, rising fuel prices? Will we still be happy praising those governments that put direct burden on us while actually giving us cash but burdening us double and taking away all our savings? Why would people of Andhra Pradesh want a better future first? Is that something they really think about? All they want is cash and not dreams of their own state developing or growing economically. Here's a very honest question to the people of Andhra Pradesh. How long are you going to take to decide the kind of leaders who make the state better?